Venezuela's acting leader, Delcy Rodríguez, reportedly assured U.S. of cooperation before it launched an operation to capture President Nicolás Maduro.
Yeah, and this is, of course, a new claim that Rodríguez and her influential brother secretly signaled to U.S. and Qatari officials that they would welcome Maduro's departure. A Guardian report citing at least 4 sources with direct knowledge of high-level discussions said that the assurances were conveyed through intermediaries.
Well, Rodríguez was sworn in on January 5th as acting president following Maduro's removal. The reports added that contacts continued after a pivotal phone call between President Donald Trump and Maduro in late November. During that call, Trump had insisted Maduro leave the country, and Maduro rejected the demand.
Well, separately, other media reports had indicated that Interior Minister Cabello, who controls Venezuela's police and security forces, had also held discussions with U.S. officials months before the operation took place.
Meanwhile, Venezuela's National Assembly has approved, in an initial vote, a sweeping reform of the country's hydrocarbon law. The proposal would introduce a new contract model, allowing foreign and domestic companies to operate oil fields independently, market production, and receive revenue from sales.
We will make the necessary reforms to enable a rapid increase in Venezuela's oil production. We have said this on several occasions. I have heard President Nicolás Maduro say it several times, and I have heard Interim President Delcy Rodríguez say it. Having oil underground serves no purpose.
And if approved, this bill would revise the landmark oil law introduced under former President Hugo Chavez. A second debate and vote in the National Assembly are required before final approval. The reform is expected to pave the way for the return of U.S. energy companies, a key demand of President Donald Trump.
In Washington, the U.S. House of Representatives voted on a resolution directing President Trump to remove American military forces from Venezuela. This as Democrats push to curb presidential authority in the region.
Because what I learned years ago is that when elites in Washington, D.C. bang the war drums and talk tough, they're not talking about sending their kids into battle. They're talking about sending people like me and the people behind me into war. Working class folks from towns around this country, from rural areas, from small towns. They're the ones that have to jump into tanks and pick up rifles and jump into helicopters and do the tough thing. Well, I've had enough of it. The appetite in America for endless wars and endless conflict, for trillions of dollars, just to pad the pockets of big oil and large executives, it should be done. This is our chance. Congress has the opportunity to end it, to reinsert, as the Constitution required, this building and these folks back into the conversation and to resume control over war powers.
Now back in Caracas, health sector workers marched through the capital to protest Maduro's detention and demand his release. Nicolás Maduro, a lawmaker and a former president's son, joined the march as it moved towards the United Nations office.
We call for an end to sanctions and the blockade. We are asking for a statement from the United Nations on the military aggression suffered by Venezuela and for an end to that military aggression. And we are asking for the return of the president who has been kidnapped, Nicolás Maduro Moros and Cilia Flores.
Venezuelan authorities claim that Maduro was kidnapped during the operation, which they say killed at least 100 people, including 47 members of the Venezuelan military.
Now, Maduro is accused by U.S. authorities of overseeing a cocaine trafficking network linked to international drug cartels and faces multiple charges, including narco-terrorism and conspiracy to import cocaine. He has consistently denied the allegations, although